Welcome to the Mayflower Meadow. We are happy you could come. Please sit back and enjoy it as we celebrate the holidays. Our first song is I'm Glad I'm Not a Turkey.
Glad I'm not a turkey, a turkey, a turkey. I'm glad I'm not a turkey on Thanksgiving Day. They'll stuff you on base field, and then they will taste you. I'm glad I'm not a turkey on Thanksgiving Day. Now listen to a play called Pilgrim Sail to a New World. Before we begin, you need to know mention in the play, kind of like a flatbread, kind of like a crack. Offshore Plymouth, England. Scene 1.
We were at the shipping docks of Plymouth, England. It is September 6, 1620. A small group of pilgrims, men, women, and traders, will be sailing from here on board the Mayflower. They are leaving their homes because they disagree with the Church of England and want to worship in their own way. The pilgrims are headed for the freedom of the New World America, where they can form their own churches. No one knows if they will survive the long and harsh trip. The pilgrims, led by Elder Bruce, are preparing on board the Mayflower right now. A baker blocks their way.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brewster, but you're still $100 short. Nobody boards the ship until pay the money you owe.
But we simply don't have it.
Then give back the hardtack.
We have already had to sell a lot of our food for the trip to pay for our passage. We'll start if we have to give up this one too.
Then don't go.
Do you see those people over there crying? They're crying because they can't go with us. We had a second ship, but it is in very poor condition.
Yes, well, that's very sad. It's not my problem, is it? Pay up or the sheriff will arrest you.
That's right. Who told you pilgrims to leave England in the first place? Why can't you worship the same way everybody else does in England?
Elder Bruce is about to answer the shout. He stops himself. Could I have a moment to discuss this with my people, please? I can't speak for them.
Go right ahead.
My friend, I'm afraid yet we are faced with another hard decision. Or if we give back 100 pounds of our time, or we don't sell for the new one.
We can't turn back now. We give enough everything we have for a change to go to a new one.
I say we take the risk.
We may not have enough food for this voyage, but if we have enough faith, we will survive. The pilgrims agreed with Elder Brewster and William Bradford. They gave back the hardtack and board the ship.
Scene 2. On board the Mayflower.
The pilgrims are packed close together in a cold ship day and night.
Help, please, I'm sick.
Then be sick and get it over with.
Oh, please, sir, be kind enough to fetch me a bucket.
Do you hear that, mates? She wants a bucket. Keep up your whiny little girl, and I'll throw you overboard. The shark will see your every wish, I'm sure.
How dare you torment the child? Dare, Henry, don't cry. Don't pay any attention to him. Just keep praying that we'll make it to a new world.
Sickness wasn't the only problem the pilgrims had aboard the ship. They soon began to run out of food.
Please, sir, may I have another piece of cheese? I'm so hungry that my stomach hurts.
Be patient, humility. The young children have yet to eat.
I'm afraid she nor the other children will be able to eat again. Today we only have hard bread and a very small bit of cheese left.
How long will that last?
Not long, I fear.
Well, Brother Bradford, we must keep our faith. That is all we have.
Scene 3. Offshore near Cape Cod, New England, November 1620.
The Pilgrims, after 65 hard days at sea, the Mayflower anchors off what is now called Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
The Pilgrims get into a small boat and row ashore. There they drop to their knees and give thanks. Let us give thanks for crossing that furious ocean.
The Pilgrims' journey was just the beginning of a difficult time in the New World, but they survived. The New England grew to become one of the successful colonies in the New World America.
We've learned about how table manners have changed over the years. Listen to table manners then and now.
Table manners were very different in the days of the first Thanksgiving. Here are some table manners today and then.
Today we take off our caps or hats that we set at the table. Back then the children stood at the table and always keep their heads on. Today we talk with our family as we eat. Back then, children could not say a word at the table unless the grown-ups spoke to them first. Today we eat with forks, knives, and spoons. Back then, it was good manners to eat with their fingers. There were no forks implemented, and a little bit of wooden spoons. Clamshells were often used as spoons. You would use the same knife to cut meat that you used to cut wood. Today, food is served with few spoons and dirty utensils.
Back then you would use your fingers or a clamshell to take food out of the cooking pot.
The next poem is called Thankful Poem.
When we give a thankful sight, the food is on our table. We're all gathered safe inside. We're all warm and able. Things may be hard from time to time, but we always have each other. America gives thanks today, all sisters and all brothers. Choosing chores is our next little skit. Watch the motion in the background.
The children had free time for play. When chores came around, each one had hay. The children had to mend the roof with straw or carry pails filled with water jar. See that firewood he carried and a basket full of berries.
Also, the housework must be done, like sweeping floors and dusting some, and stirring the kettle made children help, and cutting up food to fill the pot. Lives were full and hard to live, but pilgrims still had things to give.
The next poem is about autumn. It is called I Like Fall.
I like fall. It always smells smoky. Chimneys wake early. The sun is full.
Folks go past in a hustle, in a bustle, and when they scuff in the leaves, they rustle.
I like fall. All the hills are hazy, and after it frosts, the puddles look lazy. And no throw down where
nobody's leaving, and pretty soon it'll be Thanksgiving.
I eat peas with my honey. I've done it all my life. It makes the peas taste funny, but it keeps them on the knife. It's time for another little song. This one is called Mr. Turkey.
Mr. Turkey, better watch out, Thanksgiving Day is coming. If you're not careful, you'll end up someone's hungry tummy. Mr. Turkey, run, 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 run away and hide. Mr. Turkey, run, 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 don't wait around outside.
The next poem is about a pilgrim who goes visiting. Listen to the visitor.